Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you another Star Wars CCG expansion set. Today it is the turn of the special edition set. This came out in November of 1998. So the set before this was Jabba's Palace, which if you've seen my video on it, you'll know that I really loved it. It was based on Return of the Jedi, which is my favourite Star Wars movie. And I love the Jabba's Palace bit in the movie, and I love the Endor bit in the movie, so I was really hoping that Endor would have come out after Jabba's Palace, but it didn't. It was replaced in the schedule with the special edition set, which I was really annoyed about, so I didn't have very many warm and fuzzy feelings towards the special edition set when it came out, because I was just really gutted the Endor set hadn't come out. The Endor set eventually came out in June of 1999, which was a year and a month after Jabba's Palace, so it was quite delayed in my view. I don't know this set as well as I do the other sets, so you'll have to bear with me, only because in my life I'd left school in July, I'd done my A-levels and I was finished school, so I no longer saw my friends every day, so I wasn't as invested in the Star Wars CCG as I was. We still saw each other, I don't know, once or twice a month, where we'd go around at the weekends, like on a Sunday or something, and play the game, because I used to work on the Saturday. And I was 18, so I was growing up, and I still loved the Star Wars CCG and I still collected it, but this was the start of the decline, basically, of me being 110% invested in the Star Wars CCG. So I will go through everything because we've got quite a few bits here that's related to this set, because it was a larger set. It was almost like a reboot of the CCG. I don't think they class it as a standalone set, but you could use it as a standalone. Basically, if you could, this is almost like a jumping off point again in the Star Wars CCG if you wanted to start from scratch. And if you're a new player, you could jump in at this set because it was larger and you could start playing if you wanted to. By this time, the game had been out for 3 years, so it was kind of in need of sort of a almost mini reboot, or new jumping in point for newer players, and this is what this set became. So I'll quickly show you the starter decks. This is the first set to have starter decks after the premiere set. The Death Star 2 set did get starter decks later on as well, but this is a light side one. And this is the back. I love the design of these packs. So this is a 60 card limited edition starter deck containing everything you need to challenge the opponent's dark side deck. So you could have one of these and your opponent has a dark side deck. So it contains 38 randomized cards, which is 2 rares, 14 uncommons and 22 commons. They introduce fixed cards in this set, so you get 22 of those in each light side deck. So it just means that you can play it straight out of the box, which is a nice idea again, trying to get new players into the game. You could just have one of these and start playing, basically. It also contains large format rules version 2.0 and a comprehensive glossary, so they condense like all the rules and all the rule supplements from previous expansions into this one rule book. The special edition expansion set is 324 cards. The standard expansion set at that time was around 180 cards, so it's not quite double size, but nearly double size. And most of the card pictures are from the special edition versions of the trilogy. Before that, the cards used the original cinema releases of the Star Wars trilogy, which was nice to have pictures because some of the stuff in them got replaced in the special editions. It also comes in 9 card expansion packs, which I'll show you that, and a dark side starter pack, which is this one. So again, you can see it's got slightly different design on. It's got dark side things on rather than light side like Ben Kenobi on this one. It's got Jabba the Hutt in this set. He was introduced in an anthology, I think, as a preview card. It's also got the special edition like Jabba's Palace sing-a-bit. So the CGI size noodles and the dancers and things from that scene. You can see here on the back, the design is slightly different and same sort of information though. So yeah, that's the dark side starter deck. Then we get the expansion pack, which is nice. It's got sort of an amalgamation of the 2 starter deck designs on there. And again, 9 cards in this one. 5 common, 3 uncommon and 1 rare. So inside the starter decks you've got a rule book and a glossary. So the rule book isn't actually that thick, which is quite surprising, considering how many rules and stuff there are. I'm surprised this is so slim. It's saying here too, they recommend you discard all rules, documents, booklets, supplements, FAQs and current rulings prior to the November 1998, which is when this set came out. So it must sort of amalgamate all the different sets and all the different things they introduced, but they're trying to condense it down and streamline it, I guess, for new players. See here, this is quite interesting. It's a nice sort of overview of the products that have come out so far. So you've got like the enhanced Premier decks. I've opened one of those on my channel. Anthology sets, tournament sealed decks, and these are all the expansions so far up to special edition. And then a card list for the special edition as well, because there's no rule supplement sheet with this one. Now on the back there you've got the phases of a turn as well, like the original booklet. Then you've got the glossary. This was really handy if you had a card and you think, oh goodness, how do I use this? Or your opponent does something and you say, no, it's not that. So this is a good alongside companion to the rule book, because again, as I said, the rule book looks a bit thin to me. I think they must flesh it out in this. So if there's any rulings about certain people or effects, interrupts, etc., they're all in here. It just lists the card and it tells you how to use it. So it's really useful to have that, and it's nice to go over and reread at times just to see what cards do. But it's a really nice item to have in the collection. Finally, we get the banner poster, which is not very interesting for the special edition. Has the card list on the back as normal, but it's a big celebration picture from the end of the trilogy, which George Lucas shoved in the special edition. This is Coruscant. So yeah, not very interesting banner poster, but it kind of sums up the special edition movies because of the that celebration bit at the end of Return of the Jedi. Then we have the actual cards. So start at the top with aliens, as we always do. We got these sort of operative cards. I think these were introduced in special edition. There's quite a few of those. Again, I'm not as familiar with the special edition cards as other expansions, so I don't really know the ins and outs. I didn't really use many in my decks. I liked this card of Cammy. This was one from one of the deleted scenes that never made it into A New Hope. They even did cards of them. It's one of Luke's friends. Then we get the start of the CGI characters, that, like that Yuzum, is it a Yuzum? That is singing in Jabba's palace while rapping or whatever he's doing in that awful scene. More aliens. So you can see the special edition spans all of the 3 movies, so you've got like Cloud City bits, Tatooine bits, just covers all the movies. Yeah, very minor characters making an appearance. Mostly CGI ones that's appeared in the special edition movies. You've got a new version of Obi-Wan Kenobi called Ben Kenobi, which was always nice. You didn't have very many versions of Obi-Wan. So it was nice to have him as like a main character, because they didn't really do many main characters in this set. You've got another Wedge down the bottom. He was a preview card, I think, in one of the anthologies. We've got more pilots and things that haven't been produced already, including Hoth people as well. I forgot about Princess Leia. You got a new version of Princess Leia in this one, and you did get an undercover Han dressed up as in the Stormtrooper outfit, which was cool. A couple of devices, and then you got effects. So they did like these celebration cards. With that many celebrations, they kind of had to, yeah, because it was a very special edition thing. So as you can see, it's all got these, like that was a special edition thing, insert, that was special edition. It's all the CGI sort of special edition things alongside other things, just normal cards. There's quite a lot of anything that was inserted into the special edition movies, they made cards of them. But yeah, I don't even recognise half these cards because I just wasn't that as invested in this set. When the Endor set did eventually come out, I was invested again in it, but it was never to the scale that I was before this set came out, which was a real shame because I do love this game. This card here was one of my favourite cards. I did like having that for some reason. I don't know if it was just because I liked the picture of it. Yeah, more interrupts. Quite a lot of effects and interrupts in this set. This card I liked because it was Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen based. So I tried to put a couple of those in if I could in my decks. More cards and interrupts. I've forgotten how many interrupts there were in this set. Star Destroyer. Destiny of 7, again a nice Destiny number on that. I did always put that in my deck, I remember. And I did actually get it to work a couple of times as well. Now it comes to the end of the interrupts now. And we get the locations. So we get a few Cloud City ones, because obviously they updated the Cloud City bit in the special edition. They put like windows in and some CGI exteriors. You got a light side Death Star system that was hadn't been released before. And then you got these like generic sites which you could place on any planet. So it was nice, you could actually have any planet, say Alderaan, and you could put any of these on, I guess. I think there were some restrictions, but it was nice that you could expand like minor planets into like full-blown locations if you wanted to. So that was a nice mechanic. A few more Tatooine locations because obviously again CGI bits in the special edition. You've got this new card. I can't remember if it was new or not. It was an objective card. I can't remember when they came in. I don't remember them being very widely used before this set, so it might have been this set that they came in. These were cards that were double-sided, so you basically did what it said on the card, and then once something happens you flip it and then other actions take place. So I didn't use them that much in my decks, I don't think, because again they were quite hard to make happen. But I remember that card being one of my favourites just to look at because it was an Endor one. And then we get some starships. So we got our first B-Wing. They hadn't been released before. Some more starships. You would have thought by now they'd released them all, but they hadn't. they found a way. And I got another Sandcrawler, which was always welcome in my decks because I like the Jawas. We get the Ronto, obviously that was CGI from the special editions. And then to finish off the light side, we've got a few weapons, including some main character weapons like Lando and Leia. So that was nice to have another Leia weapon. Then we move on to the dark side. So again, we start off with the aliens. Boba Fett makes his appearance, which was the first Boba Fett card. This came in the first anthology, I think, as a white border preview. The first proper Boba Fett card comes out in Cloud City, but this is like the special edition version of him, which isn't as good as the Cloud City one. And again, you've got this was a bit inserted into the special edition. You've got the new characters from the Jabba's Palace bit. You've got all the characters from the CGI updated Jabba the Hutt Tatooine scene. So the same scene as Boba Fett was in. You've got all these minor characters in the background as well. Again, more Jabba's Palace people that are inserted. A new Jawa. We get a Darkside Lobot. He wasn't released as a Darkside character in the Cloud City set. You only got a light side Lobot, but you did get Darkside Lando and a light side Lando, so it kind of made sense to have a Darkside Lobot to go with him. Again, more Jabba the Hutt dancers. Another Jawa. I did like my Jawas. I would just like to make go back through these cards and just make like Jawa decks or something. I'm sure someone's done that already. But I will go into why I don't like the current situation of the Star Wars CCG. Because it is still going on. They're still doing virtual cards. The like players committee took over when Decipher lost the license. I will go into that. I'm going to do like a finalised video where I just go over the like odd sets, like the anthologies and things like that, and just my final thoughts. I'm going to do that at the end when I've done all the expansion sets. So I'll cover that kind of current situation of the game in that video. Got another Tusken Raider, which is cool. Again, Jabba Dancer, CGI bits, another Tusken Raider, CGI Sice Noodles. I prefer the puppet from the original, obviously, because that's what I grew up with. So I wasn't very happy they replaced it with a CGI version, and they never released a card with the puppet on. Then we move on to droids and Imperials. We've got a new Darth Vader, who was one of the most sought after cards in the set, if not the most sought after. Another TIE Fighter pilot and some Stormtroopers. Again, nothing really major, just background characters. We get the Crate Dragon. So this is in the current season of Mandalorian, if you've been watching it. The artwork is quite accurate actually to what they produced in The Mandalorian. I mean, at this era of Star Wars, it was just sort of a legend. So the artist did what they thought it looked like, and they might have taken hints for it for The Mandalorian, I don't know, but it's quite close to what it looks like. We get another Wampa, so this is when Luke cuts his arm off. I'm not quite sure really why they made that card. We finally get the Sarlacc. This was obviously missing from the Jabba's Palace set, but it was really nice to have that finally. A couple of devices, nothing major. Then we get into all the effects again, full of CGI bits that they've inserted into the special editions. More. I did like that picture on that card. Again, I can't really remember what any of these cards do because I've never really played the set much. Unlike the other sets I played to death, I've hardly played this set. So I don't even recognise most of these cards. I mean, that one looks really nice, but so yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of interrupts. Okay, and then we move on to locations again. CGI stuff that was being inserted into the movies. Makes an appearance, like this bit. That was a wall before, but now they've replaced the wall, so they made a card of it. Coruscant makes an appearance. I forgot that came out in this set. Obviously it doesn't really feature much in the original trilogy until the prequels came out, so they kind of made a couple of fleeting locations, glimpses you got of them from special editions. And then we get the generic sites. It was nice to have an Executor docking bay. A nice forest there from Endor. It was nice getting Endor cards before the Endor set came out. And I do like these generic sites. Sites were one of my favourite cards in the Star Wars CCG because I just like the nice landscape pictures of all the scenery and stuff. Again, you've got some objectives, which were double-sided. I'd show you one just as an example. It's like there's a nice one here from Hoth. It's a shame I can't display them double-sided in my folder. It doesn't really make sense as it's only a few cards. I can't really leave gaps just for the double-sided few objectives that there are. A few other random starships like Jabba's space cruiser. I mean, you don't even see that in the movies. Vader's personal shuttle. I did like the shuttles, the Imperial shuttles, like the shuttle Tidarium, again from the Endor bit of Return of the Jedi, so I was waiting for that to come out, but it was nice to get sort of hints of them early before the set came out. Got like an 8080 for deserts here. I'm not quite sure. I don't think I've ever used that in any decks or anything. Again, another Ronto. And we did get another Banther, which was always welcome, and another Sandcrawler. We get random people's weapons like Dr. Everson and Ponda Barber. I do like those two characters a lot, so I was glad they got their own weapons, but it was just a bit of a random choice. But yeah, that's the end of the special edition set. So let me know down below, do you have any memories of the special edition set coming out? What were your feelings about it? Were you disappointed Endor hadn't come out like I was? Was this a jumping point for you to join the game or anything? I don't know if that ever happened, or whether new players joined with the special edition set. Obviously the special edition movies had come out I think the year before, so interest in Star Wars was quite high at this point in time, so a special edition set kind of made sense for marketing purposes, but not in player purposes really, in my view anyway. So thanks for watching everyone. Please subscribe to my channel to see my future videos, and I will see you all soon. Take care, bye.